Your father could never. My heart and desire is always to make sure that we as a people grow and develop, not only outwardly through the natural things, but first starting inwardly to be able to see the true lens of what we should be aiming for naturally. Anyways, for today, I want you to first start this video with a notepad and a pen, because you have to take the time to really address where have you not been honest with yourself and things that have been either hindering or blocking you from being successful in everything kingdom has given you. Start there, baby girl. Start there, baby boy. Whatever you gotta do. Really. I very much stand on principles that I am a child of God, and I have a unique relationship with God where I definitely abide by a lot of Christianity principles and statures, but I'm very yielded to seeing where the Holy Spirit leads me, because I'm a strong believer of like understanding the beauty of embracing Christ and following him is being yielded to the Holy Spirit. And a lot of my personal journey with God, and as I've accepted that path, it's definitely been him showing me how to erase evil from the world by embracing his good through all things, which usually align to the biblical principles in which I stand by. So there's that. Right? Works is actually dead. So if we're not able to work and be effective in what we see, how do we expect to get the results of what we're hoping to win in? Now, a lot of times in my life, I have all these visions, all these plans actually written down. So I don't think it was the vision that was wrong. And 7 talks about how wisdom knocks at your door, forcing you. It's like a push and a drive for you to see what it is that is actually hindering you and blocking you from getting the wisdom from God. Like, what you're about to hear is actually my path with God and how I actually saw victory in my life. Winning was only attached to obedience to God. Now, as I give you these tips and strategies, that's the first step. Being obedient. Big person of God, I very much speak the truth of that, because he gives us one thing with God. We talk about divine plans. We talk about kingdom business. We talk about all of that, right? We're not yielded and submitted to what it is that God has given us wisdom in and through. We will not see the results of that in our life. We will always be somebody dreaming it rather than being a dreamer that also is capable of seeing it manifest in front of us, right? The thing I had to let go of really was this talk, and not even small talk, because everything I talk, I'm very passionate about and faith-based, right? But I had to let go of that to embrace what is beyond what I'm speaking. I'm a person who loves essential water, and all because of the power of the brand slogans. Water tell us to be an overachiever. Now, I'm a person through Christ who has pushed and made sure my light shines so bright, but at a point, it has to be pure. At a point, we have to allow God to develop us and push us to the fullness of the purpose of what it is to shine light and have impact through the light we are shining. I had to go back to the backboard and really evaluate, what was I doing? What did I really mean? And was I intentional in letting go of the false light that was trying to present itself, which kept facing me in the mirror, because it actually wasn't me. It was a place I tried to mold and make and perform or act in order to get a false result that obviously kept failing, right? So, there's that. Actual results if you're not willing to do the things inside that are hindering you from taking accountability of what inside of you is not allowing you to birth out the realities in front of you.
Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
So,
I never answer to no, man, I still go. So, now that you've gotten through the work, how you feeling now? Target, you didn't get anything, because I don't have space in here. But guess what? The work is still getting done on today. I'm very excited because if you don't know, you're going to start on Monday, and I'm getting this back to you. I'm
completion, okay, baby? It's getting complete. Without question, without concern, it's getting done. Amen.
Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go.
We can be talking. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And one thing with me, that whole I try thing, I really have noticed when you say I try, trying is you not doing it. Because trying is you literally open up the door for excuses for you to move forward and apply the fullness of the life that you actually claim you see for yourself. 2:11, okay?
Continue straight to stay on Hillside Avenue, then turn right onto what.
And I'm being very direct because we have to be hard on ourselves first. We can't look at the next person and be like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But don't take accountability. The only reason you're capable of seeing that in the next person is because you're actually not being the truth of what you want to see in the next person. I'm a big person to be the change you want to see. You want to win? How are you actually doing the work in your life? Are you being intentional to check your heart? Are you being intentional to check your work? And are you being intentional with your timing and planning to make sure that what you actually see is capable of being done? What are the sacrifices you have to make? Yes, in life, there are always seasons of sacrifice. Yes, in life, we are building capacity, but if building capacity is actually building and making room for stuff in your life to see the results of what you hope for. But you're not changing the world within yourself. How can that work? It can't. Attitude, but you don't take the accountability where your attitude, you aren't doing what you said you do, or you aren't being intentional to seek the right path, or you aren't being intentional to lay down people's approval and people's path for you, or, everybody clapping for you. What if you're the only person clapping for you for the next 5 years? Are you still going to do the work? Goes and breaks down the beauty of who you're doing it for. Who are you doing it for? Are the people to give you a like or a view? Are you doing it off of the passions and desires given by God in your heart? And you'll know the difference because his push and zeal is very self-sufficient. Not that I don't depend on people, but the fact that God, you gave me this vision and I will see it come to pass. So how can I win? I will see it come to pass. How can I win? By trusting in God alone. Trust in God alone. One thing I've learned is I'm very much a trailblazer. Come on, one more time. I saw you right here. So come on, turn around. Thank you. Put your arms down straight. Let's put the shyness away. Let it just feel, right? When you scared, okay? So look, you saw right here? So they're going to be back with them rejoicing. Right, this is your part. Everybody clap your boom, right? And then come back. Clap your boom. Your strength and dependency is on the one who gave you the vision. That's it, period. Do you want to win, or do you want to just preach that you want to win but don't do the work that comes with it? One thing is your vision. If you question you and ask you what are you doing in your life that's not operating in the life of what you want to see birthed out in the earth. That's it. So with that, what did I write? What am I doing? What did I write versus what I'm doing? If I'm going to be a life coach, I'm going to push you and encourage you in the path of life. It's not always comfortable in saying what you want to hear. Life is knowing how to cultivate you through the fact that I believe in you so greatly that I have to keep it real with you. I want you to be able to understand that it's bigger than your emotions. It's bigger than how you feel. You have to have a strong mind. And yes, I know there are days when you will need comfort. I'm here for that. Yes, there are days when I understand that you may need redirection because what you were used to is trying to bite and comfort. Like all of that is going to come up because when you're letting go of something, naturally you're going to have something that you're choosing, which is your higher self, and the old version of you still trying to levitate and hang around to see if one seed or one seed will pull you back 10 steps. We're wondering why we're not seeing success when we're freely giving people our souls. We're freely giving people our life. We're freely doing these things. We're freely doing these things. We're freely doing it. Freely. They're not helping us. They're not pushing us. They're lying to us. We've embraced the lies when we knew the truth from the beginning. All these things I had to acknowledge within myself. Because I knew the truth because who gave it to me? God. How he gave it to me through his word and through my understanding and through how his voice speaks to me. So we have to address those things in our life. We are the biggest blockers from hindrance. God been spoke. God been gave us direction. He been gave us the understanding. It is our responsibility to be obedient and walk in the winning. He already told you have victory. He already told you you had victory.
How you doing? What's
right.
the message for today?
And stay alive and trust God alone.